So today we're going to be adding the second wave. Wave 1 is 3 bounders, and then if you kill all 3, the lava level will raise. It'll say wave 2, and then it'll spawn 4 bounders for that next wave. There is one thing I realized we were meaning to do that we still gotta, that's this sound restriction if vultures just collided. So let's go ahead and do that. That should be fairly easy. We're looking for when we play the collide sound. Nope. So if we, right here. You know what? We have a self just collided. We're playing it twice here though. So yeah, we only want to play the sound if we're not just collided. Actually, this is wrong. If we are just collided, we want to play it. So this is wrong. Actually, hold on. So look, if we, because the problem is I've heard the same sound twice, really. Like the sound is playing more than once, or playing too fast. If you collide too fast, it just gets too muddied sounding. So this is saying that if we left collide, see now what is our collide timer? Where are we doing this collide timer? If we are just collided, that's when we increment our collide timer. Okay. Then we become no longer just collided. So we only want to play the sound if we are just collided. If we're not just collided, no, see, that's not right. What are we doing there? We're doing this. We're doing this for us, I believe. Let me see. Jeez, yeah. I guess there's only 2. It's just these 2. We left collide, go ahead and play the sound. We right collide, go ahead and play the sound. So we're not using our collide timer, I guess, in this. No, we are. But we're not incrementing it, are we? Yeah, we are. To flush the just collided, but then we're not using the just collided to do anything. So just collided. So we're swapping this, sure, but we are using it for the collide timer, but we're not doing anything else with it. So this is kind of, this doesn't do us anything. Because sure, we're doing stuff in this code block here, but what we're doing is incrementing a collide timer that we're not doing anything with. The thing we're doing with it is switching our just collided to false, but then we're not doing anything with our just collided. It's like it's not doing anything. So part of me thinks we just need to take that out. I guess I want to see if we kind of, we go super fast and bounce back and forth. See, because the just collided was to prevent any issues like that, but or it's actually to prevent. Actually, yeah. I think the thing we were actually trying to prevent with that is if we're floating in the buffer zone here, we didn't want to play it more than once. But that should mean we're only playing the sound if we're just collided. So if our collide timer is actually 0, that's when we'll play the sound. And then we're just collided, then we increment it. Okay, so I guess it does actually do something. Because this is we're only playing the sound on a right collision if we have just collided. Yeah, okay. But we do it, instead of putting it in a block of if just collided, we do it when we flip that boolean just collided. So maybe that'll help us come up with an idea. See, now our taxi is jacked because we don't have it for both sides, both collisions, both left and right collisions. So if we go to our taxi class, we look at this collide play, no, it's not under taxi, it's under vulture, my bad. Okay, so look, we've got, if collide timer is 0, go ahead and become just collided and go ahead and play that sound, but we don't have it here. So we need something similar here. We're gonna say, see, and we've got a separate line here that says only collide if our dx is greater than or smaller than a 0.1, which is also kind of trying to tackle the same problem that we needed our just collided boolean for. So I don't know if that's overkill or if that's stupid, but let's just do the same thing, because I mean, for our ostrich, which I trust the ostrich code more than the vulture code, we're doing the same thing. So we're doing the if dx is greater than 0.1 or smaller than negative 0.1, meaning if we're not just floating in that buffer zone, and but then that's where the collide timer comes in too. So it's kind of tackling the same problem twice, which I don't know if is great to do, but so we're going to swap its dx if we right collide and we're moving right. Sure. But then we need to say the if our self dx is greater than a 0.1, or our self dx is smaller than a negative 0.1. Meaning we're actually moving faster than really slow. Then we're going to say then if our self collide timer is equal to 0, meaning we have just collided, or meaning there is a collision detected when we are past our collision timer threshold, then we're going to go ahead and oh, see, look, we have it right here. Just collided. Collide timer threshold. Well, no, this is different. Okay. So yeah, same kind of deal. I just don't get why our vultures actually didn't have our right collision. X position resets and everything. That's kind of weird to me. But we're gonna say that our X gets... now the thing is, if we right collide with the platform, that means our vulture's right side hits it, then we'd want to set our X position to be equal to the platform's X, but minus our width, so that we reset it. Oh, and you know what? This isn't... Oh god. Let me just double check our ostrich class. See, we don't move our X position here in our ostrich class either. We don't actually move our X position in our ostrich class for a side collision? Are we really not doing that? If we left collide, we should be resetting our X to at least the buffer. Buffer placement, whatever you want to call it. This doesn't feel good to me. Let's go ahead and try it, because I think... So we need to set... we need to set our X to be equal to the platform's X minus a self.width. But we might need the buffer. Let's see what it looks like without adding the buffer there. Then we're gonna say, yeah, exactly. Instead of these lines, we're gonna do the smarter line like this. And then our self dot just collided. We'll get true. And then we'll play the sound. Vulture platform collision detection, because... Okay. So you know what? We really didn't... This is jacked. I don't get how this was working before we did this. So it's like, what if we, just like our ostrich class, we don't actually reset our X. Now I thought we would need to do that because... Shit. That doesn't feel good to me at all. Let me just see if the vultures mess up their platform collision now. No. That doesn't feel good to me at all. But that's working without... Let's see if a Shadow Lord has any problems with the platform collision. It's really jacked to me that we don't reset the X position. See, look. He flew right through it. That's why it felt so bad to me. It's because things like that would be possible. This isn't right, but then when I did it, what I thought was the right, look at that, like he just flew right through it. This is not right. But then again, do we really not set? How do we do it on our ostrich? If we collide, we don't set our X position. What is going on? Where do we reset our X? Sure, but in terms of collision, how do we not set our X upon a collision and have it work? Our collision functions are only a Boolean return, so that wouldn't modify our X position. We really don't set our X position. Okay, I think it's the buffer is what's screwing us. Actually, I know it's the buffer that's screwing us. So let me just, I guess we'll start with vulture class. And we'll say we do want to set our X, but we want to set our X to the platform's X plus its, if a left collide, we want to set our X to the platform's X plus the platform's width, but then minus the buffer. And then if we right collide, we're going to set our X to the left side of the platform minus our width, but then plus our buffer, so that we're right on the edge of what would have been detected as a right collision. Therefore, on the next frame, since we have the updated DX, it should move us the opposite way, so we shouldn't collide more than once. So I'm hoping that'll fix the vulture's X positions upon platform left and right collisions, but we have to watch for that. Okay. It's looking a little weird. See, like that was a left collision and he just walked. It's a right collision and he just kept walking above it. So I feel like right collision is jacked. Oh, yeah, right collision is at least jacked because that was awful. Ugh. How did we get away with this? How did we get away with this? How did we not do this? And not realize this till now? We're not resetting our X positions after collisions? That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, and you know what? We actually only do it. Okay, this is what's jacking us. Well, no, because our DX would be greater than this in this instance, so I'm just confused. I don't get how we're doing this, how we skipped this. The collide timer is messing us up. We shouldn't be setting our X based on the collide timer at all. We should only do it based on the collision. So sure, if we collide, go ahead, reset our X right then and there. And then we only care about the collide timer for playing the sound. Even that seems to be a little messed up. So we put this here. If we detect a collision, no matter what, we're moving our X. But I don't think that fixes our problem. Looks even worse. looks even worse somehow. That is just so strange to me. What's so weird, we take out our X positioning completely. I don't get why it seems to perform better. That's just so weird to me, because we didn't used to have that. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, okay. Okay, so maybe that is... Now we should also swap DX no matter what after a collision too. Nope. Nope, nope. Bro, what? Oh god. Okay, delete. What is going on? I swear I'm hitting... Okay. Delete. Not what I wanted. Oi, 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 this is driving me absolutely crazy. Delete. Paste above. How do you paste above? Just paste it like that. Why did I mess that up so many times? Okay. So we swap our DX upon a collision no matter what. It's jacked, it's jacked. This is where the... Wow, it's real jacked, it's real jacked. If we left collide with the platform, we're setting Rx to be equal to the width minus the buffer, but what if... Okay, what if we get rid of the buffer here? See, because I don't like not doing the buffer, because if the vulture's kind of, well, the vulture, see, I feel like, is his DX getting switched? Dude, I don't get how we went so long without getting this right. How did we do this? What is so jacked? What did our code used to be for our vultures? We... I don't get it. It's really not a lot. It's really not a lot. If we get full... Oh, come on. The heck, man? We're not already up to date. It wouldn't be a good diff if we were up to date. I don't get why it's way worse now. do not get it. Would our vulture collision be better when we don't reset our X positions? See, there was the sound problem. But our X positions are working fine, but we're not resetting them. How does that look okay? I don't get it at all. Oh, look at this. He really doesn't get it. That taxi guy is just not getting that jockey. So we'll have to fix that. We can add, you can either add a little weight to the jumping, because it's the particular positioning. I totally get why it's missing that. Because as soon as it's in the air, it detects that the actually, I don't know why it would jump. I'm very confused why our vultures don't seem to be messing up on their X collision. But what's really weird is we set our left collide. We set our X position on a left collide, not on a right collide, which is just stupid. And we're not checking collision timer on a right collision. It's just so backwards. So backwards. DX is okay, let's say you know what? I don't like this idea. I don't like that. Does that make sense for our character? It doesn't make sense for them. It doesn't make sense for the ostriches. And why are we playing the sound if not just collided? We just collided, gets true. So maybe, oh, it's so jacked. So jacked, okay. Now we don't use the buffer here and it seems to be working fine. So we're gonna say if our collide timer is 0 and we right collide, we're gonna set our X position to be equal to the platform's X, but minus our self dot width. Right now we shouldn't have sounds for it, but I'm just checking the X positions on a left and right collision detection on these vultures. Platform left and right collision, which they are not doing. Okay. That was weird. Oh, I guess we know. It makes sense. I don't get how we get away. I mean, I guess we are setting the X position now at least, so I'm feeling better about that. I don't like that we're not doing it based on the buffer, but since we're outside of the buffer, it won't result in a multi-collision detect. So now we can say, hey, if we if by the time we've collided, right? So if we've collided, if we collide, we're gonna say if we are just collided, then we're gonna go ahead and play that sound. Nope. We're gonna say sounds. Collide. Play. So this will only play a collide sound if a collision is detected and we have just collided. Nope, that's not right either. That's not right. We're trying to prevent multiple sounds from being played at once. So if we have just collided, we can't play the sound. So if we've just collided, we want to do nothing. This is jacked up. How do you do this? Why can't I figure this out? When do we want to play a sound? We want to play a sound when there's a collision detected, but also if that sound hasn't been played, or like if we haven't just played that sound. So when we collide, if we are not just collided, then we'd play. That's what it is, and then we do that first. So we would say as soon as we collide, if we're not just collided, then we go ahead and play that sound. Otherwise, if our collide timer is 0, then we become just collided. I think that would work. So we just do this here. So we only play the sound if we haven't just collided. Now the collide timer threshold is like a point something. Pretty sure. Constants. It's just 1 second, so we can't play more than 1 second. Okay. Let's see. Looking for X positions on a vulture platform collision detection to look okay, and the sounds to be playing. And no weird multi-sound hit like we have already heard today for that. I swear I heard 2 right there. 2 sounds. I thought I heard. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. We need to fix that bug where the egg was right on the edge there. I'm going to take a look at our AI for our taxi real quick. And we want to not needs to jump. Really? I thought it was like needs to jump. Jump, capital J, okay. Now needs to jump gets true if RY is greater than the jockey's Y. See, that's weird. We shouldn't have been jumping, but the thing is, okay, I know what's happening. We were missing that jockey because it was right beneath a higher platform, and as soon as we walk off, we become ungrounded, which means our height actually gets shrunk, and then we just went right over it. So it wasn't that we were jumping. It was that fix that. Yeah, it's not that we were jumping, it was that we became ungrounded, which meant our height was lower. Our height was square instead of a rectangle, and then we just flew right over it. So that's a little... I wonder how the original handles that. We could, if we're not grounded, we could shift our Y downwards a couple pixels. Yeah, if we're not grounded, when we shift our height, to square, 16. Yeah, when we do this, we could modify our Y right here if we're not standing on the ground. But that, I think, also goes for platforms. No, it doesn't. It's a tough one to test too, because we have to have an egg land exactly perfectly where we need it to. But I'm going to go ahead and actually shift our Y down by a couple pixels. So we're actually going to say self Y gets itself plus maybe 4 pixels. So now when we're grounded, we actually... Oh, for taxis. Oh, and you know what? We want the egg in a very specific spot. We want it to land right on the bottom platform here, so we can kill someone right about there. That's perfect. That's exactly where we needed it. So now we can watch the taxi and see if it collects the jockey this time. Oh my god. I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, it's when we go to become... Actually, yeah. How do we do this? That's not the answer, I know. I don't know how to fix that at the moment. We'll think about it. We'll say, need to ensure a little vague, but I know what I mean there. We did get this done today, which is good. We actually adjusted our X position for a right collide on our vulture, which we didn't actually have. We ensured that we only play the collide sound if we haven't already just collided. And we found a bug, so not a horrible day, but I thought we were going to be doing wave 2 today, but then we didn't even fix the thing we're trying to do before that, so it'll just be a little longer till we get to the waves. Say, tweaked vulture X positions upon platform collisions with collide sound fix. Cool. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and we will hopefully maybe fix that bug we found today and then get moving on to our different waves. But the game's coming together. We need to not only just say, hey, if it's wave 2, flush all of our old objects, actually give us a new amount of global object tables. So we need 5 vultures. Actually, it's 4 for wave 2. We need 4 vultures with 4 corresponding eggs, with 4 corresponding jockeys, with 4 corresponding taxis, which right now they're hard-coded at only 3 for wave 1, so we need to fix that. Then we need to render wave 2 on screen. Then we need to raise the lava floor level before the new vulture spawn. Then we need to change our lava bubble code so that our lava bubbles pop at the new higher level lava level. Higher level lava level. Higher lava. Okay. And then we need to I think that's the main stuff for wave 2. Because I think it's wave 3 where the ground platform shrinks. So that's gonna be a beezy, because yeah, that's gonna be tough because we have specific ground collision logic hard coded in floor, and we tried doing this months ago. If we don't do the floor how we do currently, we get a jumping issue whenever we loop from one side to the other. Now, I guess that won't be an issue if it's smaller, because the issue was we became jumping for no reason once we would go loop around the screen. But if there's no lava there, you have to be in the air, so we would have to be in the air still anyway, so that actually might not be that big an issue, but that's going to be a little tricky. Catch you guys tomorrow for that episode.